Hello students, we are learning chapter 10 cell cycle and cell division, and in last video we have discussed that the cell cycle is divided into two phases, interphase and M phase. Okay, interphase takes most of the part of the cell cycle, whereas M phase is very short. Interphase is very long and M phase is very short, and interphase is divided into three subphases, G1, S and G2. Interphase is divided into three subphases, G1, S and G2. Whereas M phase can occur via two methods, one via mitotic method and another via meiotic method. Okay, when the M phase occurs, it can occur via two methods, via mitotic method and via meiotic method. Okay. So today we are going to learn about interphase in detail, and we will learn about all phases of interphase like G1, S and G2, and we will also talk about another phase which is known as G0 phase, which is not a part of interphase. Okay, we will also talk about G0 phase and it is not part of interphase. So today we will learn all phases of interphase first. Okay, so let's start with G1 phase. G1 phase is also known as gap 1 phase. Gap 1 phase. Okay, so its full name is gap 1 phase, and its another name is pre-synthetic phase. Its another name is pre-synthetic phase, and it is also known as post-mitotic phase. So there are three names of G1 phase. G1 phase is also known as gap 1 phase, pre-synthetic phase and post-mitotic phase. Okay. So what happens in this phase is the cell is metabolically active during the G1 phase. During the G1 phase, cell is metabolically active. So various kinds of metabolic activities are going on inside the cell during the G1 phase. Okay, as the cell is metabolically active, various activities are going on inside the cell during the G1 phase, and cell grows in size. Because of these metabolic processes, the size of the cell will increase in G1 phase. Okay, because of the metabolic activities, the size of the cell will increase in G1 phase. You all know that G1 phase comes after the M phase. G1 phase comes after the M phase. So when a cell enters into the G1 phase, actually it is a newly formed cell. Okay, when a cell enters into the G1 phase, in fact it is a newly synthesized cell or newly formed cell. So when a newly formed cell is there, its size will be small. But when the various metabolic activities are going on, because of that it will grow in size. Okay, so the cell will grow in size because of the metabolic activities which are occurring in its cytoplasm. Okay, so in G1 phase, cell is metabolically active and it will grow in size because of these metabolic activities. Okay, and during G1 phase, the decision of cell division will be taken. Whether I want to divide or not, that decision will be taken by cell during the G1 phase. During the G1 phase, cell will decide whether it wants to divide or not. Okay, so decision of cell division will be taken in G1 phase. If it wants to divide, then it will enter into the next phase, that is S phase. Okay, if the cell wants to divide, then it will enter into the next phase called S phase. But if it does not want to divide, then it will pause the cell cycle for some time and it will enter into the G1 phase. Okay, so decision of cell division is taken during which phase? During G1 phase. Okay, decision of cell division is taken during the G1 phase. If the cell wants to divide, it will enter into the next phase called S phase. But if the cell does not want to divide, then it will pause the cell cycle for a while and it will enter into a new phase called G0 phase or quiescent phase. And G0 phase is not part of interphase. G0 phase is not part of interphase. Okay. So third point is decision of cell division is taken during the G1 phase. Decision of cell division is taken during the G1 phase. If cell wants to divide, it will enter into S phase, or if cell does not want to divide, it will pause the cell cycle and it will enter into the G0 phase. Okay, so this point is very important regarding G1 phase. So decision of cell division is taken. Whether I want to divide or not, that decision will be taken by cell. If it wants to divide, it will enter into the next phase called S phase. And if the cell does not want to divide, then it will leave the cell cycle for a while. It will pause the cell cycle for a while, and it will enter into the G0 phase. And G1 phase is the longest phase of interphase as well as of cell cycle. G1 phase is the longest phase of interphase as well as cell cycle. We said that interphase is the longest phase of the cell cycle. Interphase is the longest phase of the cell cycle. In interphase 2, the G1 phase is the longest phase of the interphase. Okay, so interphase is the longest phase of the cell cycle. In interphase also, the longest phase is G1 phase. Okay, so G1 phase is the longest phase of both interphase as well as cell cycle. G1 phase is the longest phase of the interphase as well as cell cycle. So what we have discussed in the G1 phase, that G1 phase is also known as gap 1 phase, it is also known as pre-synthetic phase, and it is also known as post-mitotic phase. And during this time, the cell is metabolically active and cell grows in size. Its size will increase because of the metabolic activities. And the decision of cell division will be taken during the G1 phase. If the cell wants to divide, then it will enter into the new phase called S phase. And if cell does not want to divide, then it will pause the cell cycle for a while and it will enter into a new phase called G0 phase. And G1 phase is the longest phase of the cell cycle as well as interphase. Okay, chalo, let's talk about the synthesis phase, that is next phase of the cell cycle after G1. After G1, the next phase is synthesis phase. So during this time period, the DNA replication takes place. DNA replication will occur during the synthesis phase, and that's why it is known as synthesis phase, because new DNA is being synthesized during this period. New DNA is produced during the S phase. That's why it is known as synthesis phase. Okay, so DNA replication takes place during the synthesis phase. And centrioles are also duplicated in number. If the cell has one centriole in G1 phase, then it will produce another centriole in the S phase. So total 2 centrioles will be there in the S phase. Okay, so centriole duplication occurs during the S phase. Okay, centrioles are duplicated in number. Okay, initially in G1 phase, one centriole was there, but after S phase there will be 2 centrioles. What is centriole? We all know, we have studied in chapter 8. Okay, so if you don't remember about centriole, please go to chapter 8 and read that topic. Okay, so centrioles are duplicated during the S phase. And if in G1 phase the cell was having 2C amount of DNA, then after the completion of S phase it will have 4C amount of DNA. As we said that DNA duplication occurs or DNA replication takes place. So we can say that if in the G1 phase the cell was having 2C amount of DNA, now we are talking about the amount of the DNA. If the cell was having 2C amount of the DNA, then after the completion of S phase, the cell will have 4C amount of DNA, as the DNA replication has occurred during this S phase. Okay, so if the cell was having 2C amount of DNA in G1 phase, then after completion of S phase, the cell will have 4C amount of DNA. Okay, so if in G1 phase the cell was having 2C amount of DNA, then after completion of S phase the cell will have 4C amount of DNA. But please remember, here the amount of DNA is increasing, the amount of DNA is being duplicated, but the chromosome numbers are not duplicated. Chromosome number remain same. Chromosome number remains same. Okay, so chromosomes are duplicated in size but not in number. Chromosomes are duplicated in size but not in number. If in G1 phase the chromosome was made up of one chromatid, then after completion of S phase it will be made up of 2 chromatids. Okay, if in G1 phase the chromosome was made up of one chromatid, then after completion of S phase it will be made up of 2 chromatids. But its its number will not increase. Okay, if in G1 phase there were 46 chromosomes, then after completion of S phase also there will be 46 chromosome only. Okay, please remember these facts, that if in G1 phase the chromosome was made up of one chromatid, then after completion of S phase also it will be made up of two chromatids. Okay, after completion of S phase it will be made up of two chromatids. Okay, so here the size of the chromosome is duplicated. You all know regarding the chromosome which is made up of one chromatid and chromosome which is made up of two chromatids. I have already explained it in chapter 8. If you don't remember this fact, please go to chapter 8 and read the topic of chromosome. Okay, read the topic of chromosome or watch the video of chromosome. There I have explained that which chromosome is made up of one chromatid and which chromosome is made up of two chromatids. Okay, so if the chromosome is made up of one chromatid in G1 phase, then after completion of S phase it will be made up of two chromatids. Why? Because it will have double amount of DNA. Okay, it will have double amount of DNA. That's why its size will increase. Okay, so here chromosomes are duplicated in size but not in number. If in G1 phase there were 46 chromosomes, then after completion of S phase also there will be 46 chromosome only. There will not be 96 chromosome. Okay, the number of chromosome will not increase, only its size will increase, because now it has to incorporate double amount of DNA. Okay, initially it was incorporating only 2C amount of DNA, but now after duplication of DNA it is incorporating 4C amount of DNA. So it has to increase in size, but its number will not increase. Okay, so this fact is very important for further topics also, so new topics also. So please remember this fact. Okay, so we are learning regarding synthesis phase. One last point is that histone proteins are also synthesized during the S phase. Histone proteins are also synthesized because DNA replication occurs, then histone proteins will also be synthesized. Okay, because DNA is generally wrapped around this histone proteins. DNA is wrapped around this histone protein. So if DNA replication occurs, then histone proteins are also need to be synthesized. That's why histone protein synthesis also takes place. Okay, so what is there in S phase? In S phase, DNA replication occurs and centrioles are also duplicated in number. And if in G1 phase the cell was having 2C amount of DNA, then after completion of S phase it will have 4C amount of DNA. And if the chromosome numbers will not increase, but chromosomes are duplicated in size. Chromosome number will not increase, but they are duplicated in size. And histone protein synthesis also takes place. Histone protein synthesis also takes place during the S phase. Okay. So let's talk about the third phase of the interphase, that is G2 phase. Okay, G2 phase is also known as gap 2 phase. G2 phase is also known as gap 2 phase, or it is also known as pre-mitotic phase. Pre-mitotic phase, or it is also known as post-synthetic phase. Post-synthetic phase. So here also three names are there: G2 phase or gap 2 phase, pre-mitotic phase, post-synthetic phase. Okay. So during G2 phase, G2 phase is the shortest phase of the interphase. G2 phase is the shortest phase of the interphase. And during this phase, proteins of the mitotic spindles are formed. Proteins of the mitotic spindles are formed. So what are mitotic spindles? You will learn about that later. Okay. For now, you just remember that proteins of mitotic spindles are formed, and that protein is tubulin protein. Okay. So during G2 phase, what happens during G2 phase? The proteins of mitotic spindles are produced like tubulin protein. Proteins of mitotic spindles are produced during the G2 phase. For example, tubulin protein. Okay, as well as mitochondria and chloroplast are duplicated in number, or mitochondria and chloroplast divide by fission method during this phase. Okay, mitochondria and chloroplast are present in cytoplasm. they also need to be duplicated. They also increase in number because we have to distribute all organelles equally in the daughter cells. Okay, we have to distribute all organelles equally in equal number in the daughter cell. For that, we have to duplicate the organelles also. So here the mitochondria duplication takes place and chloroplast duplication takes place during the G2 phase. Okay, so mitochondria and chloroplast also duplicate, they also divide by fission method and they also increase in number. Okay, so this is all about G2 phase, only 2 points are there. In G2 phase, what happens? G2 phase is also known as pre-mitotic phase, or it is also known as post-synthetic phase. And during this period, proteins of mitotic spindles are produced like tubulin protein, and mitochondria and chloroplast duplicate in number. Okay, chalo. This is all about interphase, G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. Okay, these are the three most common phases of the interphase. But G0 phase is also there, which is not part of interphase. G0 phase is not part of interphase, and it is also known as quiescent phase. G0 phase is also known as quiescent phase. So we also have to discuss this point also. These three are the phases of interphase, G1, S and G2. G0 is not part of interphase. Okay, so what happens in the G1 phase? That we already said that during G1 phase, decision of cell division is taken. Whether cell wants to divide or not, that decision will be taken in G1 phase. If the cell does not want to divide, during G1 phase, it will decide that I want to pause my cell cycle and I would to exit the cell cycle for some period. Okay, and it will enter into the G0 phase. And during G0 phase, cell is living but it is not dividing. Cell is living but it is not dividing. So it is metabolically active but it will not divide. During G0 phase or in G0 phase, the cell is metabolically active but it will not divide. So if cell does not want to divide, then it will pause the cell cycle temporarily and enters in G0 phase. Okay, and this decision is taken in G1 phase. This decision whether to enter into the G0 phase or not, that will be taken during which period? During G1 period. Okay, so that's why I have mentioned G1 first. Okay, so if cell does not want to divide, then it will pause the cell cycle temporarily and it enters in G0 phase. Okay, however, some cells of our body divide continuously. Some cells of our body divide continuously. Say for example epithelial cell, and say for example meristematic cells of plants. Okay, meristematic cells of plants and epithelial cells of our body divide continuously. So they never enter into the G0 phase as they divide continuously. So after G1, directly S phase will come. G0 will never come in their life. Okay, so some cells of our body as well as of plant's body divide continuously. Say for example epithelial cell and meristematic cell. As they divide continuously, so soon after G1 phase, they directly enter into the S phase. Okay, after the completion of G1 phase, they directly enter into the S phase. They will never go in G0 phase. Okay, so some cells divide continuously like epithelial cells and meristematic cells. Epithelial cells are found in human body and meristematic cells are found in the plant's body. So they never go in G0 phase as they continuously divide. Soon after the completion of G1 phase, they will directly enter into the GS phase. Okay, they will never go in G0 phase. But some cells like cells of the heart muscles, as well as neuron cells. Okay, neuron cells as well as cells of the heart muscle. Soon after their formation, they will directly go into the G0 phase. And they remain in G0 phase permanently. Cells of the heart muscles and cells of the neurons, or neurons are cells only. Okay, cells of the heart muscles and neurons. Soon after their formation, they directly go into the G0 phase and they never come back in cell cycle again. So they remain permanently in G0 phase after their formation. Neurons and cells of the heart muscles remain permanently in G0 phase soon after their formation. They never come back in cell cycle again. So we can say that if a cell of heart muscle is destroyed, or if a neuron is destroyed or it is damaged, then it will never be regenerated, as they never come back into the cell cycle again. Because for regeneration, cell division has to take place. Okay, if cell division is not there, then there will not be regeneration. Okay, so if they have to come back into the cell cycle for regeneration, and as they are not coming into the cell cycle for regeneration, they will never be regenerated once they are damaged. Okay, so once the muscles of the heart are damaged, and once the neurons of our brain are damaged, they are never regenerated, they will never be produced again, as they never come back into the cell cycle again and divide. Okay, so these cells, once damaged and destroyed, they are not produced again. So we can say that एक बार अगर दिल टूट गया तो टूट गया, it will never be regenerated again. Okay, so some cells like heart muscles and neurons stay permanently in G0 phase, and they never come back in cell cycle again, and so they are never regenerated. They cannot be reproduced. Okay, epithelial cells can be reproduced again and again. Meristematic cells can be reproduced again and again, but this heart muscles and neurons can never be regenerated again, as they never come back into the cell cycle and they remain permanently in G0 phase. Okay, so what we have discussed G1 phase, we have discussed S phase, we have talked about G2 phase, and we have also talked about G0 phase. Please learn all these phases well. Okay, and submit your homework. Okay, and after completion of interphase, we will enter into the next phase called M phase, but we will learn M phase only when you finish this homework. Okay, otherwise I will not start the M phase. So you have to submit your homework first, then and then only I will start the M phase. Okay, chalo, best of luck.